Welcome back to my mental health and crime channel. My name is Huda London. This is all my thoughts, my speculations, and my opinions. Today, I'd like to go back to the case of the Idaho 4. This is the report that came out recently. Idaho State Police. This is the narrative, and I believe it's DM. She meant brake lights, she said. When asked what occurred after she went into Blank's bedroom, she said they eventually fell asleep. And when she awakened, she was lying next to Blank in a blank bed. She advised a friend of theirs, Blank and Blank, mother are planning a memorial event, and that has helped her emotionally. Blank and Blank's mother are planning a memorial event, and that has helped her emotionally. She advised Blank is crying a lot over this, but she has not been crying, and Blank has explained to her why she has not been showing emotions. I wonder if this is about DM. She explained Blank used the word dissociated to describe her emotions. When she awakened that morning, Blank was next to her in bed. Is that BF? They were both too scared to leave Blank's room to even go to the bathroom. Okay, so BF and DM were too scared to leave to even go to the bathroom. But then I have a question. Didn't they feel the draft coming inside the house because the front door was left open for a couple of hours? The neighbor saw that. She advised at approximately 11:23 a.m., Blank then corrected the time to 10:23. An hour difference, Moscow time. Said she texted Maddie asking her if she was up. So did she text Maddie at 10:23? I thought they were calling Maddie, Ethan, Zana, and Kaylee around 4:30 at night. Okay, at 11:29 a.m. Moscow time, Blank texted Kaylee, "Are you up?" ? She could tell her Snapchats were not being read when she was texting them through Snapchat. So DM texted Kaylee on Snapchat, and she could see that Kaylee was not on Snapchat. She wasn't reading her text. So she's trying to tell us basically that she did not hear anything. Not even a beep. Although Kaylee's father, Steve, said that the coroner told him that it was a hell of a fight upstairs. Blank advised she called Blank, one of her closest friends, about what happened that night with the masked man. Pay attention, how things are changing. DM called Blank, her friend, to tell her about the man in the mask. That Blank would be Emily. But then we heard that Emily and Josie, who were both roommates, found out about the quadruples at 10 a.m. It was said on the Amazon Prime. Blank then explained what she reached out to Blank in the text message, which Blank told her was at 10:50, but she thinks Blank was mistaken. A lot of mistakes here. They're trying to change the timeline, in my opinion. Blank told her she would send blank to the houses because of their concerns. So I think Emily was going to send Hunter Josie and Josie's boyfriend, because of the concerns about what had occurred during the night. When Blank got to the house, which she described, so Blank was concerned. She called her friend, that's Emily. Emily said she would send blank, blank, blank. I think that's Josie, her roommate, Josie's boyfriend, JC, and Hunter. So she told them what occurred that night. They got there to the house, which she described was before noon. She's not certain if he came into an unlocked front door or had to use the code to the front door to get into the residence. Now this I have an issue with. DM is trying to tell us that she doesn't know how Hunter got in. If he used the code, why would he use the code when the door is wide open? Then he asked her the location of the knife and she directed him to the knife. So Hunter asked for the direction of the knife. It must have been in the kitchen and she directed him. I thought Hunter was frequently in that house. He would have known where the knife is, in my opinion. She advised they intentionally went upstairs from Blank's bedroom with Blank, and she advised when she saw Zana. She realized Zana had not moved since she saw her earlier. Another red flag. When DM saw Zana, it was supposed to be a lot of red liquid. Zana was stabbed over 52 times. Is DM lying here? There would have been a massive pool of red liquid, not only from Zana, from Ethan too. We could see that blood was seeping from the walls. Let's not forget. She advised, okay, we're done with that. She advised and came over. Blank came to the house because she had asked them to come to the house. She advised Blank, then they came downstairs and she could tell by his facial expression he had seen something. And he told them to call 911. And Blank was the one to call 911. So DM called 911 first. And Blank at the point said she was on the phone with police dispatch and the dispatcher was asking about the defibrillator. They told dispatch there were people unconscious. How could somebody be unconscious when they can see so much red liquid everywhere? Blank denied seeing Zana or any other victims' bodies. I thought Blank just said that Zana was lying in the same position. She advised they stayed in the house when the police arrived and then the police were putting the tape up. When she realized there had been a crime, when they saw the ambulances arrive and leave. So I don't think the ambulances took the victims with them. They came and they left. So they must have pronounced them unalived. The ambulances arrive and leave. Blank told them they would not leave unless there was no reason to stay. She then advised the vandal alert came out, and that is when they realized their friends were actually gone. Second red flag. DM, the ambulances came and left. You should have realized there was no one to save. The vandals alert was put up at 1 o'clock. So did it take you up to 1 o'clock to realize that your friends were actually gone? You didn't hear all the hell of a fight going upstairs like Steve Gonsalves said? Strange. She advised they all realized there had actually been a murder committed in the residence. No, a quadruple. Correct that. She said Kaylee had a balcony. She said Kaylee had a balcony and she remembered looking at the pictures in the news, and Kaylee's curtains were all messed up. Wow, this is new. Why would Kaylee's curtains be all messed up? Did the suspects get into Kaylee's room? She advised they all realize that there actually has been a murder committed in the residence. She said Kaylee had a balcony and she remembered looking at the pictures in the news, and Kaylee's curtains were all messed up. She thought the distance of the balcony to the ground may have been too much and brought too much attention, if that is how the suspect made entry into the house through Kaylee's bedroom. DM, stop lying once again. If somebody was climbing up Kaylee's balcony, you would have heard it because you live on the second floor. You would have heard the noise. When asked if she checked the house for anyone else when she initially came home for the night with blank, and she was asked if she had to unlock the front door, and she advised she believed she had to unlock the front door to get into the residence. She advised when she first got home, she remembered the sliding door was closed, but she did not know if it was locked. She advised when she first got home, she went to Kaylee's bedroom to let Murphy out of Kaylee's room, and Kaylee's lights were on, and no one in Kaylee's bedroom. Murphy came back into the house after going outside. Okay. Murphy was locked in Kaylee's bedroom. Everyone was out for the night. DM was the first person to come home. She opened Kaylee's room. Obviously, Kaylee must have been at the corner club and grub truck. She let, Murphy go out to party. And then she said she let Murphy back inside the house and put him back in Kaylee's room. So it looks like these students leave the house and leave Murphy alone. She advised when she first got home, she went to Kaylee's bedroom to let Murphy out of Kaylee's room, and Kaylee's lights were on, and no one was in Kaylee's bedroom. Murphy came back into the house after going outside, obviously to potty. Sergeant Blaker asked Blank about the login and username for the router of the Wi-Fi at the residence, and Blank advised Kaylee was responsible for the bill. She further explained she nor Blank was responsible. This is even a bit strange. If Kaylee was in charge of the bill, I'm sure they all were paying the bill together. So why didn't Kaylee give the others the password for the Wi-Fi? They would have needed it. Because just say when you live at home, and obviously most of us have either grown-up children or we have friends or family or a husband or a wife living with us or spouse. So wouldn't you all share the Wi-Fi code? That is a bit difficult to understand. Doesn't make sense. Now see, this is why I believe DM is lying about the password. If you go to iPhone settings, you can find the password of the Wi-Fi and the login details. Just like if you go to your Android, you should be able to find that. We're going back to DM his report about what happened that night.